environment and stuff. But then eventually he invited us over, said, "Hey, you want to make some sandwiches or something like that?" And he just moved to Chico from Tennessee, and he was like a real open spirited guy. We was talking about comic books and stories and stuff, because to find out he's a writer, and he came to Chico to try to get his life together. He said, "Yeah, I wasn't really doing much, but then I wanted to like come over. I tried San Francisco, but they was too bougie for me, so I had to move here because I'm a country boy." That's how I talk. Yeah, he had a real country accent, a real thick country accent. It was fun. I was telling him about the channel and stuff like that, and I told him that like a whole hour late after into the conversation. But yeah, he was telling me just stories and ideas that he had, and I was like, yes, no, a coinkydink is like it's a cool synchronicity that we ran into each other like at the park, and that you a writer and I'm getting into animations and I write as well stories, and he was real in depth about um he was real serious. He was real serious about wanting to get his animation, getting to the animation game, or work with a team, or do something with his life. Like do something with his life that's creative, and not so much like, yeah, it's creative, because that's the path he was on. And he was like talking to me, saying, "You'll tell me if idea is dumb, right, or is silly or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, probably, but I still work with the most simplest of ideas, because the simplest ideas is always where you can build the most structure out of. Because then you working together, you can see what's going on. You're not just like, all right, I got this thing and it's just going to work." Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's definitely like that. When you feel that, let it go, let it flow. But sometimes it takes things take time. Things in this dimension take time, and a lot. I know for me, I'm used to getting anxious a lot. Getting anxious a lot. So nowadays, I'm learning what patience is and what time is. Cause you know when you in that zone and you tapped in and stuff, or you so-called tapped in, or into a certain vibe. You like time don't exist. Like when I want something, I want it now, or I do something, I want to see the results, and I'm putting all this effort so it can happen even faster, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, time don't exist. I'm thinking now, time don't exist on many scales. It's not gonna come when you want it. It's not gonna come when you think of it, and it's gonna come exactly at the perfect time. Like every time is time is what you make it. Time is what you make it, because you could still get that thing. Like say you wanted something in 2 weeks, and you was plotting out the get the plans and the effort so that this art project or something you wanted to produce was done in 2 weeks. And then at that 2 week mark, whoa, why is all my thoughts slipping? That mushroom. How about Ninja, man, Ninja, that mushroom kicking in. But dang, this same thing that happened last time. Hey, what's going on, Sahi? Words is a lot. Words is a lot, and pushing out words and flowing with it. It's really an artistry, because this is my art, trying to push out words and just flow with the tide, and see what that, let whatever come on out. Because I don't even be knowing. I don't plot what I be wanting to talk about or tie on the channel. I just be letting myself be open to conversation, even if it's even if it's a conversation with myself. I be like, hey, it's good therapy, and so it helps a lot of. It's gonna help somebody out there. Somebody, I like to hear this kind of stuff when I'm on YouTube. So why not produce the same content that I like to ingest? Like be a step in that creative position and stuff like that. But I think I was saying something about. Oh yeah, now I remember how the story went in my mind. That say you was working on something for 2 weeks. I mean, you wanted something to happen in 2 weeks, and then during that time, you wasn't the patience that you was like the patience wasn't really with you. You was like, dang, this is a long time, and then events start popping up. You probably get into an argument. You probably fall off your bike. You probably get in a car accident, or you probably just burnt your food or something like that. But it's something that's getting you upset, that is not, that is like making you think that, even though you think that the project you're working on, even though you knew it was going to take 2 weeks, is like, man, this 2 weeks seemed forever. Like this is taking forever. But On the flip side is where what I'm getting at is, if you was to ride that wave a little better, ride that wave, that pressure wave a little better, with all the circumstances that arises before you when you going on this journey of trying to produce and create a new art project, or a creative thing, or something that's going to help you or make you feel good or something like that. When you flow with it, that 2 weeks seem like nothing. And the things that actually pop up seem to actually be helping a person or helping me. Oh, somebody's trying to call me again. Text her. I'm probably gonna have to text her. And my girlfriend's trying to catch a Uber, and she doesn't remember her password, so she's asking me to make sure that she gets. Make sure I handle all my business. Like, as I said, just saying, when things pop up, when things pop up, just gotta find a workaround. Can't leave people stranded, you know. I'm gonna write her on Facebook Messenger real quick since I have my phone. But yeah, but this all goes with the story. When you think things gonna happen, and riding that wave a little better, so that when the 2 weeks is actually completed, you don't feel drained. You don't feel like you about to die. Like, oh my gosh, finally. And there it is. It's like, oh, okay, this was a real event